Welcome to the Chicken. I'm Chris from Split Hour Farm, and today we're going to go through the chicken coop in our design. Relax. I'll hop on in here. What we have here is a old barn stall. It used to be a horse stall, and what we did was predator-proof it by putting down rubber mats on the floor. Before the rubber mats, we put down some number 7 rock. Then we put down layers of the chicken mesh wire, so that if something tries to dig under, because these are dirt floors, then they're just going to get confronted by the chicken wire mesh and not be able to make it through. It's actually quarter inch steel mesh. Then on top of that is a rubber stall mat, a number of them actually, because this is a 15 by 20 stall here. And what the rubber mats did for us is makes it really easy to actually shovel everything out. So we have at least 2 inches of chips on the floor here. The layer method. So we go with the layer method, and we keep putting more mulch on throughout the season as things get a little too dirty in here. And what that's going to do is allow us to, 1, not have to clean up as often. We're just piling it on. 2, it's providing a natural heat source for the wintertime. So this is all going to be creating its own mulch while the chickens are kicking around, and that compost breakdown is actually producing a slight layer of heat. So in the wintertime, it actually helps to provide more heat for the chickens. So we have our nesting boxes over here. The chickens, for some reason, love hopping up here to see what you're doing on the other side. So initially, we didn't have a top here, and they would keep pooping inside the nesting boxes. So what we did was add this little top, and though it is covered in lots of poop, the inside of the nest is not as dirty. So all the poop stays on top and rolls off, opposed to inside. It also allows us to see from the opposite side into the coop, into the nest box, to see if there's any fresh eggs for us, opposed to having to come in here every single time. On this side, we just have regular old netting, and it prevents the chickens from getting out, so that's good. And then at nighttime, we close off the barn. On the opposite side, we have steel metal mesh, and this is just put into the side of the wall here, and this is stationary, so nothing's really getting in. So that takes care of the bottom here. You can't get, and predators really can't get in, so they're safe. Another aspect of the safety. So we have tried to cover all avenues, and we haven't lost a bird yet, so that's good. We do free range, so it's going to happen eventually. But up here we have netting so that if any kind of the predator birds, because we have a bunch of them, hawks, turkey vultures are always over here. They actually made a nest on their side. So this is just going to prevent them from getting in here. In order to improve efficiencies and not have to come in here and feed them, water them every single day, we can just update the water over here, where this holds 3 gallons each, and it's going to allow for the chickens to use their beaks to choose how much water they need and get it at their leisure. So we have 3 of these throughout here. So having these really makes it so we don't have to come out here and fill up the water every day. And you can go away for a long weekend knowing that your chicks are good, they're happy, healthy, and full of water. The next thing is the chicken feed, where this one's on top right now. So all this is there's a video for it, but there's 4 holes on each side, and that's a 5-gallon bucket. 150-pound bag of bird feed typically fills 2 of those, so that's $11 at Tractor Supply. So $11 is going to get me about a week or 2, because we go through 1 bucket every week, and around 1 bucket every week. And we have 20 birds in here now, or 25 birds. It just keeps growing. But they do eat free range, like I mentioned before. So they're eating bugs, they're eating different types of weeds and things outside to supplement that. Next, we have the perching system. So what they say is that you're supposed to have, you can have as many chickens as you have space for them to roost. So we made sure that we have plenty of roosting spots. They pile up here. So you got 4 of them on this little piece right here, at least usually. You got 10 to 15 on this back one, and then another 5 or 6 on the back. Then there's also an additional perch inside the baby home. This is daycare center over here. What we did was we had a problem with our baby turkeys. Actually, were getting picked on at first when they were little babies, and we didn't want to. We felt bad for them. I felt bad for them at least, and we decided to separate them out. Just read a bunch of things online saying that you should probably introduce your new birds to your flock slowly. So this keeps a little perimeter. You can see that on the side here. They can see in. There's holes, but they can't get out. So when we have our baby chicks, we like to first use the brooder over there till they're a couple weeks old. Once they're just big enough to not fit through these cracks, they are going to be able to feed themselves and use the nipple waterers. We put them in here for the first couple weeks of their lives, and then we open it up like we have now. You can see that there's a varying size range here with our smallest of roosters in the back there, no bigger than my hand. Inside here, that also brings me to the additional feeders. So not only do we have the bucket feeders, but there's also a J feeder here, which is another PVC pipe that you can pour the food in from the top, and it'll come down there. I just put this in place for obviously the chicks when they're in here, but also if our nephews and stuff want to come by and look in from the outside but don't actually want to come in here, they have a fun time just putting down some feed into the hole and watching the chickens go right for it. I'm Chris from Split Hour Farm. Hopefully you liked our chicken in. If you did, subscribe and comment below. Yeah. Finest of foods for you.